How many of you remember KaBlam? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, well, one, shame on you. And two, KaBlam was a cartoon on Nickelodeon that aired from the late 90s to early 2000s, and it was my sh**.
Rah, rah, ree! Kick him in the knee! Rah, rah, ras! Kick him in the other knee!
It was like this anthology show where you would hop around between pages of a comic book and every segment was animated in different ways. It was kind of like Crashbox, only minus the knowledge. Perhaps unsurprisingly, one of my favorite segments was
Action League, now.
One of the fun things about it was how you could recognize certain toys they used to make the characters, thus learning what you'd need to make your own. But then there's my favorite.
Meltman, with the power to melt.
There's debate as to what Meltman was made from. Even the creators didn't really seem to know, according to a magazine interview. But either way, I didn't really feel like spending the dough. Luckily, I happened to find Luke Skywalker hiding in the woods. Yeah, he doesn't have the articulation, but that'll be our little secret. I started by shaving off bits of plastic, especially around the face. For the, well, melty look, I was gonna cover them with globs of air-dry clay. But it was pretty pricey for something that I didn't really know if I'd ever actually use again. But then I found this burned Chucky custom doll on Etsy. Call me crazy, but methinks that's dried hot glue. So let's use hot glue. Oh, but before I forget, Meltman has these holes in his chest, so obviously I whipped out the drill gun and
2,000 years later.
I added lots and lots of hot glue, and when that was all done, I coated him with black spray paint. When that was dry, I painted on blue splotches, his boots, his hands, and last but not least, his general face region. And after some weathering and a coat of
Hodgepodge.
the Meltman figure I've wanted my whole life was done.
Never fear, young citizens, Meltman is here. Hey, good lookins, how about going breakdancing tonight with me, myself, and I? Ooh, ah, yeah, get down.
To say I love how he turned out would be about as big an understatement as John K is only slightly creepy. I know he's not really screen accurate, but for a whiny farm boy covered in glue,
It's just Meltman now. I had it legally changed.
I think he came out pretty dang good, and more importantly, ready for action.
I'm Meltman with the power to. Ow! No more, please.
The end.
I'm KaBlammer for Meltman and that frustrated spaceman Prometheus. I'm a cartoon crammer